Hello everyone. Good evening once again from my side, and I welcome you once again to Aakash Byju's NEET YouTube channel. I'm pretty sure this is your favorite channel. Well, I'm Pushpendu and today I am going to continue with the next lecture on the chapter Animal Kingdom, and I see my wonderful students already there waiting for me. Prem, you have done for registrations for ANTHE. Great. It's a big opportunity. Trust me, everyone. It's a very, very, very big opportunity. And you have, I'm pretty sure you have seen the prize for the winners, right? Okay. K-Jet, you are eagerly waiting for my classes. Thank you so much. Aditi, welcome. Vishal, Damini, Kiran. Hello, good evening. Prem. Vishal, Lakshay, Ritu. Wow, people are here. Yes. Okay. Sachin, Bishmita. Perfect. Harsh. Farhan. Asa. Again. Dhanashree. Wow. Great. See. At least it's good to see or read out the students who are always regular. Hindi. Lakshya. We'll talk in both Hindi and English. दोनों language हम use करेंगे. ठीक है? Don't worry about that. Mayank. गुड इवनिंग प्रभात, विस्मिता. परफेक्ट. चलो शुरू करते हैं आज का सेशन अबाउट एनिमल किंगडम. अच्छा, अब तक हम नॉन कॉर्डेट्स पढ़ रहे थे, राइट? सो व्हाट आई एम टेलिंग, इसके बाद हम लोग बात करेंगे अबाउट कॉर्डेट्स. बिफोर वी मूव इनटू कॉर्डेट्स इन डिटेल, व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज रिवाइज नॉन कॉर्डेट्स प्रॉपर्ली. ठीक है? नॉन कॉर्डेट्स आप भूल नहीं सकते क्योंकि कॉर्डेट्स में इटसेल्फ बहुत सारे फाइलम हमें पढ़ना पड़ेगा. दैट बिकम्स अ बिट डिफिकल्ट. थोड़े से ज्यादा नाम याद रखना पड़ेगा. दैट अगेन बिकम्स अ बिट मोर टफर एंड डिफिकल्ट. सो कीप रिवाइजिंग दिस चैप्टर अगेन एंड अगेन. अच्छा, तुम्हें अचानक से याद आया कि आज क्लास है. वाओ, ग्रेट. So once again, download the app, like the session, spread the words, tell that there's a channel called Aakash Byju's NEET YouTube channel where there are teachers who are really dedicated enough to spend their time for you, teach you as much as possible, and be there for you till the time you are cracking your NEET examinations. And I am personally there as always. ठीक है? चलो. Time for chordates. Agreed. एनिमल किंगडम एक बार रिवाइज कर लेते हैं जल्दी से. नॉन कॉर्डेट्स एंड कॉर्डेट्स, मेजर क्लासिफिकेशन, अगर मेजर डिवीजन हम करते हैं, वी आर ट्राई टू क्लासिफाई बेस्ड ऑन वेरियस लेवल्स लाइक सेल्युलर, सेल्युलर टिश्यू लेवल, ऑर्गन सिस्टम लेवल. जो ऑर्गेनिजम्स हमें मिला था, वी हैव स्टडीड अबाउट दिस. 2023 इज योर लास्ट चांस. यस प्रेम, गो फॉर इट. गो फॉर इट. ओके, डू नॉट वेस्ट टाइम, डू नॉट think anything else. Go for it, Prem. You have all my best wishes. Coelomates, acoelomates, please, you know about coelom and, organisms which do not have the coelom. That is the body cavity I'm talking about, right? Coelomates mein annelids, phylum Arthropoda, mollusca, echinodermata is what we have studied. Annelids, very important characteristic features, metameric segmentation, बता दिया था मैंने. Arthropoda, largest phylum, specific characteristics, presence of joint appendages, है ना? नीट एस्पिरेंट्स, आपका नाम क्या है? बाय द वे, गुड इवनिंग नीट एस्पिरेंट्स. अच्छा, संदीप, टेक्नोलॉजी 7, मेरा भी लास्ट चांस है, आपका भी लास्ट चांस है संदीप. गो अहेड ना, वी आर देयर, आई एम देयर. मीना, good evening. You're my new student. Welcome, Meena. Again, for all my new students, I have always asked, बेटा मुझे एंड ऑफ द सेशन फ्रैंकली बताना कि आपको मेरे से कुछ समझ में और सीखने आया या नहीं. इफ यू कुड लर्न समथिंग फ्रॉम मी, प्लीज बी ऑनेस्ट एंड टेल मी. ओके, चलो शुरू करते हैं. आप बायजू का क्लास करते हो संदीप? परफेक्ट. नाउ चलो लेट्स डिस्कस द कंटेंट अ बिट. बाद में अगर थोड़ा सा चिट चैट करना है तो एंड में करते हैं, ठीक है? कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑल ऑफ यू. वेल, इकोनोडर्म्स तो पढ़ लिया है, नॉन कॉर्डेट्स पढ़ लिया है. इसके बाद कॉर्डेट्स, वेल, बीच में कुछ है which is hemichordates. This is where we are going to focus in today's session. Utkarsh, welcome. Let's see if you can be a regular student of mine. Now, echinoderms, it was not the last phylum of non-chordates anymore. I'll tell you why. Because there is something called hemichordates, right? Hemichordates. This has also been added into the phylum non-chordates. Hemi. They're not chordates. Hemichordates, right? Hemichordates initially was considered in chordates, but right now it has been moved out of the chordates. Got it? And it has become a part of the non-chordates. Hemichordata. ठीक है? Okay. रितु, spelling थोड़ा सा error है. Okay? ठीक. Why? क्यों move किया गया? We'll study about it. Connecting link between the chordates and the non-chordates. Kiran, correct. अच्छा, आप लोग सेशन को लाइक कर देना जरूर. Now, let's move ahead. My bad. Chalo, hemichordates. Hemichordates means half, hemi, half. ठीक है? Half. Yes, आज था थोड़ा रुक जाओ बेटा, रुक जाओ पढ़ाने दो, है ना? But good to see you, Anthu, right? Well, so hemichordates means half chordates. They have stomochord, which resembles a notochord. Please note this keyword. It is not exactly the notochord. It resembles notochord की तरह है. Not exactly the notochord. It's called stomochord. See here. ठीक है? Presence of pharyngeal gill slits. Of course, they have the gill slits. ठीक है? And rest of the features are very much similar to the non-chordates. Okay? Rest of the features are very much similar to the non-chordates. Got it? Up, a very small phylum of headless worms. Headless worms, a small phylum of headless worms. So this is something that questions can be asked on. Okay? This is something where questions can be asked on. So please note it down. Headless worms. Some examples. Note karo. Melanoglossus. And these are examples from NCERT itself, right? So check it from NCERT also. Melanoglossus and Saccoglossus. Fine. So far, all good? Everyone understanding? Slits hai beta, just gill slits hai. Now, exclusively marine. These are exclusively marine. Aur dekho, worms hai, and can you comment on the symmetry? Worms, right? Okay, stomochord basically beta, it's not the notochord, it's a notochord-like structure, not exactly the notochord. Notochord-like structure. Pin 2, good evening. Astha, bilateral. Okay, perfect. Others? Bilateral, bilateral symmetry, all of you agree to this? Adin, welcome. No, Pin 2, you're not late, we have just started. Bilateral, perfect. These are bilaterally symmetrical. Got it? Triploblastic, definitely these are triploblastic. अच्छा बता दो, जब जो सीक्वेंस हम पढ़ रहे थे, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक कहाँ से मिला था हमें? ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक organisms कहाँ से मिला था? All the sequences, you know, if you talk about from porifera till echinoderms that we have studied. Tell me, आशुतोष, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक बोल रहा हूँ मैं. आशुतोष, ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक है ना? आप सीलोम के साथ मिक्स कर रहे हो. Got it? Platy. Okay. Great. ठीक है. आगे बढ़े. यहाँ पे of course ecto, endo और mesoderm है, तो इसीलिए three germlets are there. They are triploblastic. You know about it. Coelomate, definitely they have the body cavity, which is the coelom. You can see body covering, derived from the ectoderm. The body covering is derived from the ectoderm. Digestive tract, it is derived from the endo, अंदर वाला जो है, right? Endoderm. Parenchyma tissue layer derived from the mesoderm, middle wala. Got it? They definitely have an organ system level of organization. The body is cylindrical. Proboscis. Can anyone tell me? The seniors over here on the chat. What is this proboscis gland? I'll talk about it. Cylindrical body, they possess proboscis, they have a collar region and the trunk. इसका function बता सकते हो कोई? Can anyone tell me the function of this gland? Proboscis. Excretion. Perfect. Perfect. Excretory organ rather. हाँ, sorry. Excretory organ. बेटा रौनक और कुछ लेक्चर्स तो होंगे. यू विल गेट टू नो बिकॉज कॉर्डेट्स तो काफी बड़ा है ना, आराम से पढ़ेंगे. ये बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर जो आपके एनसीईआरटी में भी दिया हुआ है, यू नीड टू नो दिस. इसके ज्यादा डिटेल अभी तो नहीं चाहिए आपको. फाइन, सो आई विल क्विकली गो यू नो टू द लेटर पार्ट of this class. Proboscis gland, see here, this is the region, this is how it looks. Right side, this is the left side. Proboscis stalk, proboscis the skeleton. ठीक है, this is the posterior region, this is the anterior region. No one is going to ask you the diagram of this. ये जरूर मंजूर आप पढ़ सकते हो for if you're targeting 2023 also. ठीक, चलो. If I talk about reproduction, you know, the sexes are separate here. External fertilization and development is indirect. That means indirect मतलब larval stage है. Got it? ठीक है, आगे बढ़े. Now quickly answer this question. Proboscis gland is an excretory organ in what? You have 4 options. Give me the correct answer. Larval stage is present. Yes, Kiran, correct. Larval stage is present. Kiran, wonderful. Asta, brilliant. Sachin, Farhan, Kejet, Ronak, Sacuglossus. ठीक है, correct. This is the correct answer. Impressed. Perfect. This is the correct answer. So, hemichordates हो गए, है ना? So, non-chordates के बारे में हमने सब कुछ पढ़ लिया है. अब I want you to, I'll show you a chart, a table, right? I was talking about a table that I asked you to prepare. I don't know how many of you prepared or not, but I'll tell you how, if you're preparing this table, how you should prepare. देखो, थोड़ा सा alignment issues दिख रहा है क्योंकि I had to, you know, concise and fit this here. Phylum यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है. Levels of organization, symmetry, coelom, segmentation, digestive system, circulatory system, respiratory system, distinctive features, है ना? हाँ बेटा देखो, हेमिकॉर्डेट्स वैसे भी एनसीईआरटी में आपका कुछ लाइन ही है, 10-15 लाइन है, इनफैक्ट इतना सा पैराग्राफ ही है, इतना ही है. ठीक है, इससे ज्यादा आपको जरूरत नहीं है अभी. ठीक है, चलो प्लीज नोट दिस डाउन. Got it? One by one, quickly we'll do it. Porifera, इस स्क्रीन में आपको Porifera, Cylindrata और Ctenophora दिख रहा है. C. Porifera, cellular level of organization, symmetry, many मतलब, इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? हाँ, screenshot ले सकते हो. Wait, I'll just clear this out. That's a good idea. You can take a screenshot. Come on, take it. I'll clear the screen. Take the screenshot. Take it. रौनक, PDF बेटा PDF मिल जाएगा after the session and in the same link. Our team will also give you the link from where you get all the materials. You've taken? Got it? Next, platyhelminthes, aschelminthes and annelids. Take a screenshot here. Taken? I'll go with the next. ये तो आपने बनाया होगा, right? Just to add it in a slide format, we had to split it into different slides. Arthropods and mollusks. Take the screenshot. But I'll tell you, आपके पास एक चार्ट जैसे होना चाहिए. ठीक है, चार्ट जैसा होना चाहिए, which you have to prepare and then stick it on to your study table or study room wherever you are studying, because ये आपके सामने होना चाहिए, तभी आपको याद रहेगा. ठीक है. अच्छा, एक क्वेश्चन किसी का मैं मिस कर गया क्या? समवन इज आस्किंग वेट. बिस्मिता, आपका क्वेश्चन एक बार चेक कर लेता हूं, रुको. हेमिकॉर्डेट्स, देखो आई शोड इट टू यू ना. आगे जाओ. ये देखो, proboscis, collar, trunk. So there are 3 segments to this body. Fine. Who was asking? Who was? Bishmita, you got the answer, right? आगे बढ़े. अब कॉर्डेट्स के बारे में हम पढ़ेंगे, एंड इसका बेसिक characteristic features is what we are going to study now. Okay, basic characteristic features of the chordates. What makes an organism chordate? What makes an organism chordate? थोड़ा सा सोचते हैं. You know, we talk about backbone, we talk about vertebral column, we talk about a structure which helps us support, you know, which helps us to stand, जो सीधा होके खड़े होने में help करते हैं, which helps us to walk, which helps us to run, which helps us to sit. Correct? Vertebral column, ये present होना जरूरी है या नहीं? But ये जो structure है, ये एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट होता है. एम्ब्रियोनिक स्टेज में थोड़ा डिफरेंट होता है, बट एडल्ट स्टेज में ये चेंज होके दिस बिकम्स द वर्टिब्रल कॉलम. मच टफर एंड हार्ड स्ट्रॉन्ग स्ट्रक्चर, व्हिच इज नॉट द केस फॉर इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द नोटोकॉर्ड. ठीक है. सो बेसिकली आई कैन कॉल दिस दैट द नोटोकॉर्ड डेवलप्स इनटू द बैकबोन, द वर्टिब्रल कॉलम. ठीक है. फाइन. These are the chordates which have this. They are the chordates. Now, कहां से derive करते हैं vertebral column? Yes, they are derived from the mesoderm. They are derived from mesoderm. अब देखो, what we are showing is the notochord. We are seeing the notochord, not the vertebral column, because I'm talking about the embryo. Embryonic stage. ठीक. डॉर्सल साइड ऑफ द एम्ब्रियो. फाइन. वाई? अब देखो एक बार रिलेट कर लो. मिसोडर्म मतलब यहां से ओरिजिनेट कर रहे हैं, द मिडिल लेयर यहां से ओरिजिनेट करते हैं, है ना? गॉट इट? फाइन. हा. नाउ आगे बढ़े. दिस इज द रॉड लाइक स्ट्रक्चर ऑन द पोस्टीरियर साइड, पोस्टीरियर पीछे के तरफ of the embryo. This is present during the embryonic development. Please note, I am talking about the notochord. So questions can be asked. थोड़ा questions twist करके पूछा जा सकता है कि notochord कहाँ पे है? When will you find notochord? So the question is, will you find notochord in yourself? Yes or no? Right now, will you find notochord in yourself? Will you find notochord? ना? क्या संदीप क्या बोल सर, मैं क्वेश्चन क्लोन किसका सैंपल ले आता है? मैं समझ नहीं पाया संदीप आपका क्वेश्चन. हाँ, you won't say that we have a notochord because the notochord has developed, or rather you can say it has been replaced by the vertebral column, है ना? It has been replaced by the vertebral column. Now, let's see. Based on the presence or absence of notochord, animals are classified into chordates and non-chordates. So, we have studied this. हमने ये पढ़ा है already. जिनमें notochord है वो chordates है, जिनमें नहीं है वो non-chordates है. Fine. So, animals with notochord are the chordates. Animals without the notochord are the non-chordates. So, why don't we study about the basic characteristic features of the phylum Chordata? Okay, basic characteristic features of the phylum Chordata. Yes, Asta, correct. Now, let's go ahead. First of all, habitat. कहाँ मिलेगा? Terrestrial, aquatic, जहाँ पे marine or fresh water, both land and water. So I can say it consists of diverse group of organisms in terms of its habitat. So terrestrial land में मिल जाएगा, पानी में मिल जाएगा, both land and water dwelling organisms भी मिल जाएंगे. So these are the chordates. Symmetry की बात करते हैं. Bilaterally symmetrical, even we are bilaterally symmetrical. Through one plane, if you cut, then we will get the two equal halves. So we are bilaterally symmetrical. Got it? ठीक है? अच्छा, बोलो तो chordates are free living or parasitic? Chordates are free living or parasitic? Tell me. Chordates free living है या parasitic है? You see, okay. Shohang, good. Free living? अच्छा. Both किसने बोला? Pintu told both. Vaibhav parasitic. Astha both. Free living, but some members are ectoparasites. Kiran. ये वही स्टूडेंट्स है जो कि पढ़े हैं ऑलरेडी. वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. फ्री लिविंग, किरण, फ्री लिविंग एंड पैरासिटिक. वेरी गुड, आई शो यू. देखो सिमेट्री तो समझ में आ गया. यस, फ्री लिविंग, पैरासिटिक दोनों फॉर्म्स. लाइक वी आर फ्री लिविंग फॉर्म्स. लैम्प्रे, दीज आर पैरासिटिक, you know, fishes. Generally you will find in the Atlantic Ocean, you will find these fishes. They are parasitic in nature. They are not free living. Yes, if you have said free living and parasitic, your answer is correct. Now the question is, how do the chordates breathe? एक example लेके पढ़ लेते हैं. They have gill slits. ठीक है? For example, some fishes, some amphibians, they bear the gill slits, which are nothing but, these are the points, these are slits as the name suggests, from which the gaseous exchange happens. So ये slits है जिससे gaseous exchange हो सकता है. ठीक? Gill slits actually कुछ primitive chordates में भी मिल जाएगा. Got it? So these slits are useful for the gaseous exchange. है ना? आगे बढ़े? Okay. Now, presence of the pharyngeal gill slits. See, I'm showing you the embryo. दिख रहा है gill slits? कैसा है? ये fish का है. This is for the reptile. This is for the birds. This is for the mammals. If I talk about the terrestrial chordates, most of the terrestrial chordates, they have the gill slits and they are present only in the embryonic stages. Okay? So I can say, even I had a pharyngeal gill slit one point of a time. Even you had one. Got it? Chalo. Presence of a post-anal tail. Presence of a post-anal tail. देख लो. Fishes, reptiles, birds and mammals again. Right? अच्छा, एक सवाल पूछता हूँ. Are you aware that, you know, we all had a, you know, tail when we were in our mother's womb? In fact, I would say, you know, this presence of this post-anal tail, it's a characteristic features of the chordates. है ना? Tailbone, yeah, correct. Embryonic stage में, Vaibhav, embryonic stage I'm talking about. Pharyngeal gill slits, embryonic stage. Correct. ठीक है. Now, this actually the post-anal tail is lost in most of the organisms as they grow. When they become adult, it is lost. They exhibit triploblastic organization. No need to talk more about this. ठीक है? These are arranged in three germ layers. If you talk about the embryonic stages. Coelomates, definitely they have a cavity between the alimentary canal and the body wall. They have a cavity between the alimentary canal and the body wall. So, phylum Chordata. I'm talking about phylum Chordata. Take. So, this is the coelom. Can you see the coelom? Labeled ectoderm, mesoderm, endoderm, and you have the coelom. These are some of the important labels which is important for you to understand also. This is lined by the mesoderm on all sides. Got it? अब एक देखो, this is very important. If I talk about a human being, we are also chordates, right? We are also chordates. So we are, that means we are also coelomates, है ना? ठीक? तो मतलब बॉडी कैविटी होनी चाहिए, हाँ या नहीं? What do you think? If we are chordates, मैंने अभी बोला कि chordates में क्या है? सीलोम है. तो अगर हम लोग chordates है तो हमारे पास भी बॉडी कैविटी है. और वो क्या क्या कैविटी है, I'm showing it on the screen and you have it there. ठीक है? For example, heart is present in the pericardial cavity. ठीक? See here, the thoracic cavity, pericardial cavity in the heart. Heart is present in the pericardial cavity. The abdominopelvic cavity is there, right? The dorsal cavity. So these cavity are present within us also. So that also justifies that fact that we are chordates and we are coelomates. We have the body cavity which is coelom. ठीक? ठीक है. Running, perfect. You can rewatch this session once again. Organ system level of organization, there's nothing to talk more about this because we know this, right? For example, see here, different systems we have: skeletal system, muscular system, respiratory system, digestive system, circulatory system, nervous system, etc. Reproductive system. So these systems are there. So basically, we have organ system level of organization. Fine. So today's class, I'll keep it quite short. And then I want to segregate chordates solely, and then we will be talking about chordates properly. ठीक है? Now, heart is ventral. अब बहुत सारे बच्चों को इस पे डाउट होता है, वेंट्रल डॉर्सल क्या है? वेंट्रल डॉर्सल क्या है? सैम, डेंटिशन के बारे में हम लोग डाइजेस्टिव सिस्टम में पढ़ेंगे. फाइन. So let's not talk about this here because we'll get confused. संदीप कौन सा समझ में नहीं आया? संदीप मौर्य, what you couldn't understand? Tell me once, please. What do you want me to repeat? Sam, you got it right. We'll talk about in digestive system class. संदीप को क्या समझ में नहीं आया? संदीप, can you tell me quickly? Waiting. Will the session run whole year? Yes, why not? In fact, have been doing sessions since long. ठीक है? चलो. इसके पहले जो मैंने बताया, अच्छा चलो थोड़ा पहले जाते हैं. ये वाला बोल रहे हो? ये बोल रहे हो? Okay, I'll talk about cavity. ठीक है, चलो. I think this is where students feel a bit difficult. ठीक है? Okay, coelom is the body cavity. You know this? ठीक है? Body cavity is the coelom. We are coelomates. How? We are chordates. Chordates are coelomates. So definitely we are coelomates also. And where is that coelom? How do you understand? Yes, हमारे पास वो cavity है. These are the various cavities that we have. I'm talking about the thoracic cavity, the pelvic cavity, abdominopelvic cavity, dorsal cavity. So these cavities are there. जैसे मैं क्या कह रहा था, heart is present in the pericardial cavity. ठीक? तो ये cavities भी हमारे body के अंदर है, and hence we are the coelomates. ठीक है संदीप? चलो, dorsal and ventral, very important. Dorsal ये ऊपर वाला साइड है, अपर वाला. वेंट्रल और नीचे वाला, और तो फ्रंट बोल सकते हो. फ्रंट साइड, डॉर्सल बैक साइड और द अपर साइड, वेंट्रल फ्रंट साइड और द लोअर साइड. ठीक है? फाइन. ओके, लेट मी आस्क इट ऑन द चैट्स. क्या आपने कभी कुछ यू हैव थॉट अबाउट समथिंग, हाउ टू रिमेंबर दिस? डॉर्सल वेंट्रल कौन सा साइड है? लीव के लिए भी डिफरेंट हो जाता है, right? We always forget. How do you remember this? Have you found out something? Let's see. मेरे इधर जो students है, जो बच्चे यहाँ पे है, could you tell me posterior and anterior? Ashwari, you didn't understand anything. Okay. सर आपने आप ही याद हो गया, नो ट्रिक. अच्छा, कोई ट्रिक नहीं, ठीक है. ऐश्वर्या, यू कुडंट अंडरस्टैंड एनीथिंग. बेटा देखो, अभी भी मैं कुछ देर और पढ़ाऊंगा. ट्राई टू सी इफ यू कैन अंडरस्टैंड. इफ नॉट, यू कैन री वॉच द सेशन अगेन. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट, इट्स ओके. हम लोग ये चीजें रिपीट करते रहेंगे बहुत तरह तरह के सेशंस में, ठीक है. डोंट वरी, बस जुड़े रहो, दैट्स इट. ठीक है. सो डॉर्सल बैक साइड और ऊपर वाला साइड, वेंट्रल सामने या फ्रंट वाला साइड. Got it? Sure. Closed circulatory system, definitely. There's no questions asked about this. You know about, if I talk about human beings, well, we will talk about various chambered heart. We'll talk about this later. But human beings, you know, 4-chambered heart, and it's a closed circulatory system. If we talk about the circulatory system of human beings, ठीक है? So, chordates में closed circulatory system है. आगे बढ़े? No. Heart is placed ventrally, मतलब front, नीचे के तरफ या तो front. Heart is placed ventrally, ठीक है. अब central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. इनके बारे में डिटेल्ड हम न्यूरल सिस्टम में पढ़ेंगे और ज्यादा, ठीक है. Central nervous system consists of the brain and the spinal cord. Here you have the brain and you have the spinal cord. Got it? अब इसको अगर मैं थोड़ा सा समझाऊं, ventral और dorsal. The central nervous system is dorsal, hollow and single. Dorsal, hollow and single. Fine? Yes, except इसके बारे में पढ़ेंगे आज था, करेक्ट है ना. सर आप कितने सेशन पढ़ाते हैं, कितने सेशन पढ़ाते हैं, मतलब समझा नहीं. Well, got it? So ये समझ में आ गया. Now, characteristics of the phylum Chordates that distinguish it from the non-Chordates. Some of the specific characteristics that distinguish Chordates from the non-Chordates. Got it? अच्छा, कुछ features of Chordates है जो कि non-Chordates के साथ quite similar है. What are they? Can you think about it? Like being triploblastic, like being coelomates. ये काफी similar है. But कुछ distinguishing characteristics भी है. एक बार उसे देख लेते हैं, ठीक है. Fundamental characteristics of the phylum Chordates: presence of notochord. Fundamental presence of notochord. Next is presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits. Presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits in the embryonic stages if you talk about human beings. Got it? Next, presence of post-anal tail. So this is again a specific defining characteristics for the chordates. So please better note this down. I'm talking about the major specific characteristics which distinguishes a non-chordate from the chordates. ठीक? Sandeep, I am generally coming up on Mondays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. live in the same channel. You can keep watching that. और दूसरे अगर कुछ sessions आ रहे हैं, you can definitely subscribe the channel. You'll get to know everything on time. Okay? ठीक है. Presence of notochord, presence of paired pharyngeal gill slits, and presence of post-anal tail. Also, presence of hollow dorsal nerve cord is again one of the features of the chordates. Specific features of the chordates. ठीक है? एक बार differentiate करते हैं, comparison करते हैं. Okay? I'll quickly compare. ठीक, आज सिर्फ इतना ही पढ़ाऊंगा मैं. I'll talk about, we have talked about the hemichordates, and now I've given you brief about chordates. Fresh, we'll start doing chordates from the next class. एक बार summarize कर लेते हैं. Comparison of chordates and non-chordates. Notochord present, non-chordates में notochord absent. Obviously, there's no question on it. Chordates meant central nervous system, dorsal, hollow, single. Central nervous system, ventral, solid and double. Pharynx found by the gill slits. Gill slits are absent in case of the non-chordates. Heart is ventral, heart is dorsal if present. and post-anal tail present, post-anal tail absent. Got it? Fine, all of you? ठीक है. Chordates के देखो बेटा, ये तो बड़ा है, एटलीस्ट 2-3 क्लासेस तो होंगी Chordates, है ना? अच्छा, हाँ ठीक है, आई एम वेटिंग, टेक द स्क्रीनशॉट. हाँ संदीप, मैं दोनों लैंग्वेज में बात करने की कोशिश करूंगा. कहीं पे भी आपको अगर दिक्कत हो रहा है, बेझिझक पूछ लो, कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. वी विल टॉक इन बोथ लैंग्वेजेस, इंग्लिश एंड हिंदी. ठीक है, आप सीख के जाना. ये सेम टेबल नोट्स में है मेरे. वाओ, ग्रेट आस्था, है ना? इनफैक्ट सीनियर्स जो है, आपने अगर कुछ रनिंग नोट्स वगैरह बनाए, यू नो, यू शुड कीप शेयरिंग ऑन द वेरियस प्लेटफॉर्म्स यू आर कनेक्टेड विद. इससे बहुत आसानी होती है, बहुत अच्छा होता है. फाइन. क्लासिफिकेशन ऑफ द कॉर्डेट्स, यस, ये हो जाएगा इंटरेस्टिंग. यूरोकॉर्डेटा और ट्यूनिकेटा, सिफेलोकॉर्डेट्स एंड वर्टिब्रेट्स. वेल, कॉर्डेट्स पढ़ रहे थे, मतलब ये नहीं जो वर्टिब्रेट्स बोलते हैं वही इज इक्विवेलेंट टू कॉर्डेट्स. नो, not all chordates are vertebrates, and that we are going to prove when we study these two in the next session. Fine, got it? Okay, mock test कब होगा? Ranhod is asking, बेटा tests तो आते रहते हैं. Yes, we will have a lot of tests. So first let us talk about the sessions. थोड़ा पढ़ लेते हैं, बिकॉज वी हैव स्टार्टेड दीज सेशंस राइट नाउ. ये चैप्टर जैसे एनिमल किंगडम काफी बड़ा चैप्टर है, धीरे धीरे हम पढ़ते हैं. करेक्ट? देन व्हेन वी हैव डन अ बल्क ऑफ चैप्टर्स, देन वी विल गो फॉर सम असेसमेंट्स, टेस्ट्स, लाइव क्विजेस, एंड एज यूजुअल विथ मी द रैपिड फायर. वी विल ट्राई टू डू इट. ठीक है, चलो. फाइन. सो फॉर टुडे दैट इज इट. आज का सेशन थोड़ा सा छोटा रखा मैंने. Hemichordates, and then we have covered the basics of chordates. Now, अब थोड़ा सा मैं extra time free दे रहा हूं आज. Why? Because of the fact I want you to revise whatever we have studied so far. ठीक? क्योंकि Monday आपके पास weekend आ जाएगा, और 2 दिन है, weekend भी है, तो प्लीज रिवाइज करके आना, so that Monday when I start with chordates, क्योंकि देखो chordates एक different segment हो जाएगा. प्लीज समझो, है ना? Chordates will become a different segment. When we enter into chordates, that is more interesting. And what can happen, I have seen students generally tend to forget non-chordates as and when we go deeper into chordates. क्योंकि vertebrates और you know animals दिखते हैं जो कि हमें पता है what we can associate with. So revise that, be prepared so that we can take up chordates much more easily. ठीक है? अच्छा, people who are asking about daily classes, daily sessions, there are many sessions which are going on. सिर्फ आपको बायो पढ़ के तो आप क्रैक नहीं कर सकते. आपको बॉटनी, zoology, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स सब पढ़ना है ना? तो पूरा हफ्ते का जो डेली स्केड्यूल है वो अपकमिंग लाइव सेशंस में आपको दिख जाता है, एज वेल एज कम्युनिटी पोस्ट्स पे आपको दिख जाएगा. दिन का हर दिन नोटिफिकेशंस भी आपके पास पहुंच जाता है. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज जस्ट सब्सक्राइब द चैनल and check the details. Fine, we are doing a lot of sessions, so please do not miss that. Fine, so all of you thank you so much for joining. Please like the session, क्योंकि बाद में मुझे लगता है कि हाँ चलो ये सेशन अच्छा हुआ है ना? आगे वाले सेशन में और अच्छा कर सकते हैं, कुछ सोच सकते हैं. So like the session, spread it with all your friends so that everyone can join in, everyone can learn together. सब मजा करके पढ़ सकते हैं. Got it? Well, revise the sessions. Till then, take care. Bye-bye. Good night. I'll see you on Monday, 6 p.m.